All right, what's up, everybody? This is Dave Juicebox, and today we are checking out this awesome Warhammer 40K, 40,000. I'm going to say Warhammer 40K. I am not familiar with the franchise. It's a Space Marine from Morphonauts, and this is interesting. I didn't trying to think of how to say this. I tend to stick in my own box when it comes to things that I customize, things that I paint. Star Wars, Marvel, Batman. That's it. So when Morphonauts sent my last order to me, he included some other stuff that I was very interested in, like a Halo Master Chief, which is going to be super cool. And let's see, ARC Trooper, Captain Rex, but he also included like four of these guys, these Space Marines, um, which is like awesome. But again, knowing nothing about the property, it was sort of like, okay, well, it looks cool, but I don't know what it is. Um, Having worked with the figure, I am super psyched about it. I still don't know anything about the property. I haven't read up on the wiki or anything like that, but I can tell you the figure is incredible, the design is fantastic, and it makes me want to know more about the series, which is honestly, that's the sign of a pretty badass toy, right? Is if you know nothing about the property that it's based on, but just by handling it, just by working with it, just by painting it, I want to know about this mythos. I want to know what this is all about. So, take that for what you will. Let's go ahead and check out the figure itself. I literally sealed this up minutes ago. Paint time was not very long, all told. I really need to like time myself on these things. I think you can see how dirty my hands are and stuff from painting. All told, I probably have a few hours if you put it all together. So yeah, it came together really fast. I actually tried something different with this one. I just released a quick tutorial on the Clone Commando, about how I painted them, etc. This guy was different. I didn't fully disassemble this figure. This was one of the ones that came from Morphonauts fully assembled. So I said, you know what? Let's just go for it. I think I took it apart at the waist. I took the shoulder pauldrons off. I took obviously the pieces that are meant to be removed. I took those off, but then I just spray painted it with black matte primer. Then I did spray blue on top of that, and then from there I proceeded to wash, weather, detail, etc. And I gotta say, not only did that cut down on the time that I spent painting, I mean, like it wasn't going fast enough before, but I mean, it worked. It worked really, really well. So, for those of you painting these things up yourselves, I mean, don't feel shy about just busting out the can of tester spray paint and, going to town and fully assembled or mostly assembled. That having been said, let's check out the figure. Again, Morphonauts 2.5 inches tall, thereabouts. This guy, detail is incredible. I'm going into this blind. Don't know. I assume this is a jetpack that these Space Marines, use for transport, moving about. It's fully removable. Let's take that off. Let's see the detail there. Very good. Really nice detail on the skull, the vents, etc. Like that. We have a chain sword. I'm going to call it that. I'm guessing that's probably what it's called, something like that. Again, detail is incredible. Look at the serrated blade. Just, wow. Really good detail. Also, didn't even notice this until after I started painting it. The skull on the hilt of the sword. Really neat detail. I assume that's part of the game or the lore, but just really cool stuff. Some sort of machine pistol. Would not want to be on the receiving end of this. Super chunky. Again, detail wise, look at the skull and crossbones right there. Really neat. Fits in hand really well. A bit tightly, but I'm guessing that's also because of how I painted it with spray paint. Yeah, if you were painting this by hand and you didn't paint the hilt, I'm guessing it wouldn't be as tight. Something to think about. Another thing with these, if you are having issues getting the hands to hold the weapons, or getting the hands on and off to, switch out the hands, heat them up a little bit with a hairdryer, pop them right off. The pauldrons are removable. I wouldn't remove them right now while the resin is, cold at room temperature, but if you heat them up, they are removable. They are articulated. They are pegged on, 2 pegs, and they articulate up and down, so they move with the shoulder, which is super cool. Pauldron does not really hinder articulation that much, not much more than you would expect given how bulky it is. Head on a double ball joint, gets you good tilt. Really, really nice articulation. Ab crunch, let's see. So again, usual Morphonauts, single ball peg that goes into the lower ab area, double ball peg that goes into the upper torso. Amazing range. Look at that. I did give this, I did take out some plastic from the upper chest area just to give it some more range to reduce paint rub. Good news. No paint rub that I can see. That's good stuff. So the modification worked. That's just something to be aware of working with these figures. Don't be afraid to bust out the Dremel tool, and if you notice that something's going to cause paint rub, what have you, hey, give it a go. Hip articulation on ball joints, the usual Morphonaut stuff. Good range. Again, usual Morphonauts double knee swivel. Really nice. Again, like, this is bulky armor, but you wouldn't know that from the range. I mean, it's just really, really good stuff. Yeah, ankle articulation on a ball peg, up, down, rocker, gets you planting those feet on the ground. No issues there. And yeah. So another awesome Morphonauts figure, again, knowing nothing about the property, I just looked up some reference pictures. I'm pretty sure, based on what I've seen of the armor, this is a pretty basic iteration, just, blue and gold. But at the same time, I think that looks pretty badass. So I would say buy it. If you're a Warhammer fan, seems like a must-have to me. If you're not a Warhammer fan like myself, not for any reason, just because you don't have any exposure to the property beyond what you see in gaming stores, it's a fun figure to paint. Let's do some comparisons real quick. Just check it out next to another Morphonauts figure. We'll do Boba Fett from Book of Boba Fett. Good there. We do a clone trooper. Looking nice together. Do it next to a Star Wars Mission Fleet Echo. You can see the height difference there. These figures are on a whole nother level. Figure that I have compared these to, God, and now that I got one in hand, I'm like, why was I making that comparison? Let's do it next to a Mega Construx Spartan, a different type of Space Marine, and geez, wow. Now, completely understandable that this is a $20 custom-made 3D printed action figure compared to a $4 retail building block toy. But my God, look at that! Look at that difference. I mean, this is not apples to apples. but when you're talking small scale articulated figures, you don't have a lot of options. Jeez. That is, wow. Yeah, wow. So, since we're actually looking at this right now, I've got something else. Since I've got this Spartan right here, let's get one more comparison. And this is almost a little bit of a preview for what's to come, and that is a headless Master Chief. Pretty sure the final figure will have a head. I just removed the head for prep work, but you can kind of see how these figures start right here, and then add just a little bit of paint, and my God, they really come alive. So that's it. Morphonauts, Warhammer 40K, Space Marine. Check out the Morphonauts website. Pick one of these up for yourself. I think there's a deal. If you buy 3 of them, you get a little bit of a discount. So I recommend it. Check them out. Definitely worth your time. A whole lot of fun to paint. A whole lot of fun to pose and photograph. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.